Hey comic fans, welcome to First Issue Test. I'm Insightful Jan, and in this series, we'll dive into a debut issue of the newest and most exciting comic book releases. From storylines and artwork to standout characters, I'll give you a quick, honest review so you can decide if these series are worth your time. Let's explore the best new adventures in the comic book world, because every great series starts with a first issue. Let's dive in. Hyde Street Issue 1 marks the latest entry from Ghost Machine, an imprint at Image Comics known for crafting unique and diverse stories. This time, writer Geoff Johns leads us into a world of horror with Hyde Street, a sinister tale set on a street filled with dark secrets and twisted characters. With previous titles under Ghost Machine exploring dystopian and anti-heroic themes, Hyde Street takes a full plunge into the macabre. The first issue introduces us to a street where nothing is as it seems. There's Pranky, a seemingly innocent Boy Scout whose cherubic face hides a malevolent streak. Dr. Ego, whose clinic serves as a house of horrors, conducts gruesome experiments on anyone unfortunate enough to enter. Then there's the mysterious Mr. X-Ray, with his signature X-ray glasses, who harbors a deep desire to escape Hyde Street. But, to do so, he may need to sacrifice a few innocent souls to the darkness lurking on this twisted block. The influences of the Twilight Zone and classic EC comics are clear throughout. Johns weaves an eerie, otherworldly atmosphere, filled with characters who feel like they've walked right out of a vintage horror anthology. The rules of reality are blurred, with demonic children and eerie spectacles unfolding around every corner. The Twilight Zone comparisons feel especially apt with its themes of hidden horrors and morality tests. However, while these inspirations give Hyde Street a classic horror vibe, the issue doesn't quite hit the mark in delivering real scares. The bulk of the issue focuses on Mr. X-Ray's backstory, a former novelty salesman who is now stuck in this surreal nightmare. While there's plenty of foreshadowing about the dark fate that brought him to Hyde Street, much of the mystery remains unresolved. Unlike other Ghost Machine titles, like Geiger or Redcoat, Hyde Street Issue 1 feels like it lacks a strong narrative hook. We get plenty of setup, but the pacing drags, and there's no immediate payoff. The story teases more than it reveals, which might work in future issues, but as a debut, it left me wanting a bit more. Where Hyde Street Issue 1 excels, however, is in its art. Reis and Miki have created a visual feast of horror. The opening scene with Pranky is a prime example of this. What starts as an innocent moment with him helping an elderly woman turns into something far darker. His face morphs into a nightmarish version of itself, with inky black eyes and a devilish grin. It's genuinely unsettling and showcases Reis and Miki's mastery of eerie, horror-infused visuals. The standout moment comes with Mr. X-Ray. When he removes his glasses, his eyes are depicted as never-ending spirals, a trippy and hypnotic visual that colorist Brad Anderson enhances with a palette of blood red and stark white. The page builds and builds until it becomes an abstract, almost overwhelming swirl that draws the reader in. This kind of trippy, horror-centric imagery is where Hyde Street Issue 1 really stands out, leaving a lasting visual impression. Overall, Hyde Street delivers a solid debut with stunning artwork, though the story takes a while to find its footing. Geoff Johns taps into classic horror influences, but doesn't quite bring the same chills as other horror comics like Philadelphia. There's potential for future issues, especially with the upcoming Devour one-shot, to dig deeper into the mysteries of Hyde Street and deliver the thrills that this debut is building toward. But for now, Hyde Street feels like it's still searching for its identity in a crowded horror landscape. If you're a fan of eerie visuals and psychological horror, Hyde Street Issue 1 is worth checking out. The art alone is a feast for horror fans, but the story will need to step up in future issues to keep readers coming back. For now, I'm cautiously optimistic about where this series is headed, but hoping for more substance in the issues to come. Thanks for watching, and if you have liked this video, please like and subscribe for more content like this. See you next time for another video of First Issue Test with Insightful Jan.